Good evening. The glorious music tonight has been brilliantly composed by Ludwig van Beethoven, and I am Catherine Nunn. But before listening to Beethoven's Piano Sonata, and before delving into his vast pool of knowledge, I'd like to start with an icebreaker. This icebreaker is simply named Fun Facts About Beethoven. He began to study music at the age of 4, and he became deaf around the age of 30, yet he composed some of his greatest symphonies after he lost his hearing. Early on, he was told by a music teacher that, as a composer, he is hopeless. We now know that this is untrue, but perhaps the teacher was referring to the rumor that before composing a piece, Beethoven would dip his head in cold water. Now that that's taken care of, let's look into his Piano Sonata in C minor. Interestingly, musicologists have ceaselessly debated whether or not this piece was inspired by Mozart's Piano Sonata K because the forms and even some of the melodies are so similar. But the movement we will focus on is the second of 3. The form of this is a 5-part rondo, also known as abaca, not to be confused with an abacus. Anyway, abaca, or more clearly, A-B-A-C-A, is a form with alternating refrains and episodes. Refrain is a Latin word meaning repeat. The refrains are each A section. They are in the same key each time. This time, in this particular piece, they are all in A flat major, which is what I will refer to as the home key. The B and C sections are in different keys and are between the A sections. They are known as episodes. Popular and folk music also have refrains, and we're going back to the A sections. For instance, in the song Puff the Magic Dragon, every time you hear, Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea, you are in a refrain. In this case, the repeated tune that you will hear is this. So again, that is every time you're in an A section. So after the first A section returns to A flat, Beethoven starts a B section as an adventure in a new land, the key of minor 6. This is not an uncommon trait for rondo form. The B and C sections are almost always in different keys. Now, being the clever guy Beethoven was, he quickly cadences or closes a phrase in a new key, this time in the key of E flat major. Even though this isn't the home key, we still feel a sense of rest, because it's another cadence. But after this he continues on and we sort of lose our tonal footing, but then he plays another familiar tune. It's the second A section. This refrain is about half as long as the first and leads into the C section, the second episode. On the score, it appears that this section starts in the home key, but we soon hear another cadence. This time, it's in sharp 5. Basically, all that means is that Beethoven is playing with our expectations and is just spicing up the song by putting a second episode in an exciting key. Leave it to Beethoven to seamlessly take us through 3 keys and return us yet again to A flat. The final A section has the same melody as the first 2, but it borrows the triplet-based rhythms from the bass in the C section. Even though the song is technically closed because it has the final A flat major chord, there is an extra section known as a coda. A coda, or a tail, is an unnecessary section that acts as a sort of extended cadence. We already hear the A flat return, yet the piece continues on to deliver about 4 more cadences. A coda is sort of like a post-dinner mint. The main course is over, but the restaurant, our metaphorical composer, gives us an extra treat. I hope you enjoy the piece with your new knowledge about the form of Beethoven's Piano Sonata in C minor. Thank you.